Hi, welcome back to Grains in Small Places. If you're new around here, welcome. My name is Kara and my channel is based fully on fresh milled flour. Recipes, tips, tricks, sourdough, yeast, all the things. So if that's what you like, make sure to hit that subscribe button. That way you won't miss a thing. So if you've been around for a while, you may have noticed that I have not been here quite as often, and that's because I've been working on something for a long time that's really exciting for me. So I'm not quite ready to put it out there yet, but it's coming, something exciting. So make sure that you're on my email list because that's where I'm gonna blast out first. So I'll make sure to put a link in the description box below. You can go to my website and sign up on the email list. That's where I'm going to post first of this exciting news. So I wish I could tell you, but it's not quite there yet. But the point of this video is I wanted to update you on what my favorite salt is that I'm using for baking. I know in several of my videos past, I've talked about certain kinds of salt and having issues with grittiness or not being, desirable or whatever the reason, but I have finally found my favorite salt and I want to share it with you guys. So let's get started. So if you saw my last Azure standard haul video, I got a new kind of salt to try. In some of the other hauls, you've seen me try some other salts, but this salt I have been using since that video. So it's probably been about a month, maybe more. And I got a pound of it, and it is called the Baja Gold Mineral Salt. I only have this much left, guys. So this stuff is amazing. It tastes amazing. It's healthy. It's unprocessed. So it's completely 100% unrefined, naturally pure from the sea. So it's sea salt. This is the fine ground, which I'll show you the texture of that. This is the kind that's got your natural vitamins and minerals in it, and it tastes amazing. It does not leave any grit in any of the stuff I've been baking. So I've been making sure to try a whole bunch of things with the salt in it to see if that grit comes through, because sometimes the wheat berries get blamed for that grittiness, like if it's not ground, fine enough or whatever. But I have found just through experimentation that oftentimes it's the salt. Now, some of those other salts you can run through a blender, make them finer, and I've heard that you have good results. And that may be true for some, but my family has not really enjoyed the grittiness of those salts. So I'm happy to report that this salt is not left any grit in any of my baking things, bread, pancakes, cookies, any of the things. So I'm very excited. Now this one is the fine grind. They do have other, like a coarse, and I think just a natural, which is a little bit thicker. I've not tried all of those yet, but I'm getting ready to place an order, and they have like a thicker grind where you can use the little grinder for your table salt, because this one is, because it's all natural sea salt that hasn't been processed, it has like a little bit of like a moisture to it. So it doesn't really work very well in a regular like salt shaker, like one of these salt shakers. So I have some in here, and we put some rice in there, and over time that did seem to help, but it does work better if you use like a salt crock and just sprinkle it like that, like with your hands. So I'm excited to try the one with the little grinder. And then I saw on their website, I was on last night, I think it was, or the night before, I saw that they have like little mini individual grinders that you can take to like restaurants. And that way you can use your healthy salt instead of the processed salt that's not great for us. So as I understand it, is even the sea salt that you buy from the grocery store, so I bought this before, I have it right now, you can see. I found that yes, this is called sea salt, but the way that this is processed is that they run lots of water over it, and basically all the minerals are gone by the time I get it to my table. Also, this is dried with like artificial heat. This one is 100% dried by the sun. So I kind of like that as well. Obviously the least processed, the best in my opinion. So this is now gone to cleaning. We use this for cleaning, especially our cast iron skillet. Matt is very good at getting those nice and clean every time we use them. He just uses a little bit of salt and a little bit of white vinegar so that they clean up nicely, and then we can just re-season with some coconut oil or butter or whatever. Also, one more thing I wanted to note is they do have third-party independent lab testing results, making sure there's no contaminations, making sure like the lead levels aren't high, and making sure that they still have all of the minerals in them. Each testing that they do, and they post those right on their website. So I'm happy to report that they have offered me to give you 10% off any orders that you have for this Baja Gold sea salt if you want to give it a try. I'll make sure to put a link to that in the description box below if you want to grab that. Or you can also purchase it from Azure Standard, which is where I actually got my first bag of this. And then I'm sure it's probably on Amazon as well. And I was looking on their website as well to see that this is from the Sea of Cortez, and it talks about any of the oil spills or contaminations that have been in our oceans, and that this one has not been affected by those pollutions. So I think that's a really great thing also. So let me know down in the comments if you've tried this out, if you like it, if you don't, what is your favorite salt that you like to use for your baking needs or for your cooking and table salt needs, things like that. So this, I'm sold on this. This is probably the only salt I'm ever gonna buy other than the salt for cleaning. So that's all I have for you today, just talking about what salt I like to use, because that's something I've been struggling with since the beginning of my channel. You'll hear me mention it throughout some of my cooking videos here and there about certain kinds of salt or things that can go, like problems with the grittiness, stuff like that. So you'll see that if you've watched any of my old videos. So I'm happy to report this salt has been a game changer for us. So make sure, again, that you're subscribed, that you're on my email list. That way you can hear my exciting news when I'm ready to release it. So thanks for stopping by Grains in Small Places. Goodbye.